Salutations, this is Grim Defell. Ooh, we are not in the Halls of Eternity. Welcome back to our Let's Play of The Longing. That's not great. That's interesting. We had saved... We had intended last time we played to go into the Hall of Eternity so time wouldn't pass, but time did pass. About 5 days has passed. So I messed up there. But you can see I said to go here, but I guess... maybe we need to go in. I'm just going to reset that. Instead of being right here, right at that door, why don't we walk, like, here? Just a little farther away and say over right. Because maybe it was just, he was right by the door and the game considered it close enough. All right, so welcome back. Time passed. Hopefully that's not a huge deal. So I have some news about this series, which you may know if you follow the channel and follow the comments if you're one of the enthusiastic people that comments on these videos. Much appreciated, as always. But someone left a comment that was a pretty big spoiler for what to do next. And to be fair, I think this person did it trying to be. I don't think there was any malice in it. I think they did it thinking that they were being helpful. But just so everyone knows, it's not. I don't want spoilers. We're gonna go home because I'll tell you why in a bit. I appreciate when I get stuck. If you want to leave a very, very subtle hint, or if like I was super on the right track but then like totally got cold, you could give a subtle hint about that or something like that. But this person basically like looked up how to do it and gave me a step, like posted without like spoiler alert or anything like that, a step-by-step, this is what needs to be done to get past where we currently are. And if I need to do that, if I get so stuck that I'm like, I need to know what's going on, I'm perfectly capable of looking it up on my own. Unfortunately I did see this thing. There was nothing, I look at my comments, I saw this person's post. So I know what to do next. So there's not really any mystery anymore about how to get past. I'm not going to be trying, I'm not going to be trying exactly what I was going to be planning on trying to get past the Nightmare Doppelganger, because I know that's not going to work. I know that's not what you're supposed to do. What's also a little frustrating is that apparently what I have to do, I think we would have gotten there eventually. Because I had mentioned it. So we're going back to the lair because, and I will say, when I don't like remember verbatim what this post said. I looked at it and I saw it, kind of what it was saying, and I was like, kind of in my conscious was trying to sort of block out what I had just seen. And here's what I know, and this is what I'm telling you this because this is what we're going to do. We're going to go back to our lair, and we're going to look at our books. Apparently, the way to overcome the doppelganger has to do with reading something on our bookshelf and learning how to do something by doing that. And what's frustrating is I had mentioned this. I had mentioned when we were talking about what the face might have meant about conscious loneliness, I mentioned maybe we should go back and read some books. And while it wasn't the next thing I was planning on doing, I think it probably would have been something we tried soon. So a little frustrating that I think we might have gotten there on our own, but it was kind of ruined. But that's okay. We're gonna, I don't know what's gonna come after that. They didn't like spoil anything else. So I'm gonna go back, and I know that what the faces clue was. We've been talking about that, and I know it has something to do with our bookshelf. And I know that it might take a while. I'm under the impression that the thing that we have to do might take, give or take, an hour. And that's a lot longer than our usual Let's Plays of the series. But I think what we might do here is just, I might just record 2 or 3 episodes back to back and hope that that works. That all because we don't want too much time to pass in our lair, and time passes like 7 times faster there. And I think it's gonna be interactive somehow, but I'm not sure exactly how. So we have a vague idea of what to do next. I think it was a little more specific in the post, but I don't remember the specifics, fortunately. We're gonna go there and look at our bookshelf and see if we can figure it out. I think it does have to do with the clues from the face that we've been focused on about darkness and overcoming darkness. And then after that, we will go back up there. Ultimately, what we're trying to do, the ability that we are able to learn from whatever it is that we need to do with our books, our collection of books, and this is not really a surprise. This definitely makes sense. Is learn how to close our eyes. And we had kind of been on that right track in that we were trying to like be next to the nightmare and have the shade fall asleep just by being idle. And he did close his eyes, and we got excited when he closed his eyes. But apparently that is an ability that we can learn how to just do, is close our eyes. So we're going to try to do that. Yeah. So yeah, and I don't, again, if you're the person that did that, left that spoiler, and you had, the best of intentions, I understand, and I don't want to come down hard on you or anything like that. I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but just that's just how it is. That thing is discouraged because it affects our enjoyment of the game and our ability to get our own satisfaction out of solving those puzzles. Yeah. So, someone, I think it was Dave Skurlock, who comments a lot and is an active user of our Discord, has suggested 2 or 3 topics of conversation, and I think I would like to talk about those. Actually, I think I only remember 2. I think there was a third one, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I'll have to look at that. But one of them was how I got into tabletop role-playing games. And the other was how the Granite Accidents formed. And I think I'll start talking about the latter first. If you don't know what the Granite Accidents are, the Granite Accidents is just, we are just a loose collective. There are 5 of us. All of us have our own YouTube channels. We play similar games, and we often play, like when we play multiplayer games, this is the group that we basically play with. I play with these people. All right, let's take a look at our bookshelf. I'll get back to the Granite Accidents later. Let's sit down and read. Time is passing. Yeah, about 7 seconds per second. Let's read a book. And I don't know, maybe it's just this first one, Thoughts. Yeah, because wasn't it? Hold on, let me read the clue again real quick. It's, where is it? The moss. Yeah, the way to the light is blocked by total darkness. You will only overcome darkness if you learn to become darkness. The way will be in this way you will be invisible to it. Right. So we know that's the reward we get. That's the ability we get to learn. You will only achieve this if you delve deep, deep into your own mind in conscious loneliness. So into your own mind, I would think that would be this book called Thoughts. This is only 5 pages. Let's read this aloud. The king told me to wait for 400 days. And I'm pretty sure we've already read this in probably episode 1 or 2, but hold on. The king told me to wait for 400 days. Then I should awaken him, and he will end all fear and longing. I wonder what will happen. At least my birthday will be a bit sooner. A face told me. Oh, these are the clues. So we've been. This is like our journal. I think we probably read this when we first started the game, and it probably only went to here. Also, our birthday will be a bit sooner. So is our birthday going to be before the game ends, and we don't know when that is? We're gonna have a birthday? So yeah, this is the clue with the face. One of the clues. The king warned me I should never leave these caves. Wonder what exactly he meant by that. I wish I could dream of another place. And then we crossed that out. I dreamed of a strange place beyond the kingdom. Man, I wish we had been realized that we would write that these thoughts was our actual like journal that we would just keep writing in. This is so cool. I dream of a strange place beyond the kingdom with green grass and trees. An old blind man was operating a well that reached down into the cave. A spider emerged from the depths and scared a young troll sitting nearby. That was a troll. I wonder if this place is real or just a product of my imagination. And that seems to be related to this face clue, as long as there's time. And that clue was when we gave it 20 coal, because I wrote it down. Okay, that's pretty interesting. But that question was the answer, what will happen after 400 days? And that's where we say, I wish I could dream of another place. Interesting. All right, so then here's the one about light beyond the cave. And then we say in our journal, I'd like to explore the caves, but I feel the presence of a great darkness lurking somewhere. Where is this darkness? Will I ever overcome it? I could really use a map of the kingdom. We got that. The cave is supposedly full of hidden places. I wonder when I will have discovered every part of the cave. So far, I haven't seen anything, but I've seen a little bit. I've seen a lot of places, but not everything. I've seen nearly every area of the cave. We just crossed all that out. Had no idea. There's a secret library somewhere in the kingdom. I could use some more books, so I'd very much like to find it. We did that. I really need to read more. My dream would be to find a book that never ends. Wow, okay. Man, I wish I had seen these thoughts sooner. All right, I read about the Halls of Eternity, a place where time stands still. I've learned that only a fool tries to reach the end of eternity. Then the face told me, and this is the darkness clue that we've been focused on. Yeah, conscious loan. Since I have some time to spare, some spare time while I'm waiting, I could try to make some use of it. After all, time goes by faster if you keep your mind occupied. My home is not comfortable enough for this long wait. I wonder how to get our... Oh, well, we can make the home more comfortable with the bed. That's, I think, our next goal there. I wish I had more colors for art studies. It should be possible to find some different colored stones. And we did that. I definitely need more pictures on my wall, especially lice pictures. Oh, really? You want lice pictures? Who knew? A mattock would be nice, so we did that. Could try to enlarge my home by hacking through the walls. We did that. There are crystals in many colors. We got those. I could harvest some of them and decorate my room. We did. A bed would be a nice addition to my furniture. I could probably build one if I had the right materials. That's a goal. I could use some running water in my home. Not that I have any need for hygiene. I just like the sound. We got that. Luckily, I don't need to eat, but it would be nice to grow some pretty mushrooms. We did that. It's very lonely down here. From time to time, it would be nice to see another pair of eyes. That's this horsey head. I'd really like to converse with someone, anyone. I guess the face. Sometimes a beautiful melody is playing in my head. I wish I could play my favorite tune on my instrument to ease the pain of solitude. We do that. I should make a list of my failings. Maybe that could be a small accomplishment at least. I guess that's what this is. And this is our inventory. Well, I can't think of anything else right now. I guess we'll just continue waiting in loneliness. Huh. Loneliness. Conscious loneliness is the clue. To wait in conscious loneliness. I just want to look back here for a sec. Because things that we still need to do is make the home comfortable, I think, with a bed. Yeah, the bed here. And then read more, which is what we're doing, although I guess we could actually open more books. Overcoming the darkness, I think then we'll get to cross that stuff out. And I guess that's it. We've gotten pretty far. And we want to make lice pictures. We definitely want to make lice pictures. That's cool. I had no idea he wanted that. So I think we will just continue waiting in parenthesis conscious loneliness. And I think that's what we need to do here. Is just leave this on. I think. Let's see. The clue was deep, yeah, delve deep, deep into your own mind in conscious loneliness. Yeah, we just leave this for now. So while we have it open at this page, I'll continue my story. This might take a long time. I don't know. Hopefully, I'm doing this right. This would be difficult to figure out. I do have to admit, to just like leave this page open, if that's what you actually have to do. But this journal, like realizing that we've been chronicling our thoughts in this journal, and like little quests and goals, is a great revelation. That's pretty huge. So here's how the Granite accident started. I had my channel for about a year, I want to say, ish. Possibly either. This was about this was December. Yeah, it was a December when the first like sparks of this started rolling out, but I can't remember which December. I don't know. I started my channel in March 2016. So I can't remember if this was December of 2016 or December 2017. Probably 2017, I think. But I could be wrong about that. I don't know. I just remember it was a December. And what happened was I was on vacation. And on my vacation, I was watching YouTube videos at night. And for the first time, I saw a video by a YouTuber named Civilin. I was looking at Dwarf Fortress videos, and I found Civilin, and she was a very small channel. She had, at the time I had about 500 subscribers, and she had, I want to say about 200, maybe less, but I think around there. Did I have 500? Is that right? Maybe yeah, something like that. I think it was about that. And, she was still, I think she had like one full Dwarf Fortress series, and she was on something like that. She had recorded a few things, but I was really enjoying her Let's Play of Dwarf Fortress. She was doing a lot of fun stuff with it. Had a great voice for it. And it was a lot of fun. And there are, I watch, there are not a whole lot of YouTubers that I watch. And the ones that I do watch are, they're the YouTubers like Quill18 who have a lot more followers than I do. And, don't like, I can't really reach out to them. You're just going to get ignored because, which makes sense. But Civilin was at the time only had 200 subscribers, which was, about half of what I had. And I thought this person, might actually do a collaboration with me. And it was also, there are other there are a lot of folks that, that stream or that make videos of Dwarf Fortress, but I'm really picky. And I really don't like a lot of the Dwarf Fortress content out there. Like even a lot of the people that some people are really into, like I watch them and I'm just like, I can't watch this anymore. I'm really, really bored. I don't like either their voice or how they go about doing things or just the graphics packs or whatever. I don't know. I'm just picky. But I really genuinely enjoyed Civilins. So, and it was all just a straight Dwarf Fortress game. With I don't even think she was using a square tile set, just the default ASCII. And I was like, yeah, this is awesome. So when I got back, I reached out to her. I think first I just commented on a video. Um, and I don't remember. I don't remember how it happened. I commented something. She commented back. I commented back. I think at the time, YouTube still had message functionality. It no longer does, but you used to be able to just send messages like emails, kind of through YouTube. That wasn't part of the public chat. So I think after a couple of public comments, I think I sent her a message and said, "Hey, if you're interested, I've never done a collaboration before, but that might be something that would be fun because we seem to like the same kind of games." And that's, absolutely true. Like, I started my YouTube channel because I felt like I have friends. I don't have a lot of friends that like the same kind of games that I have and that I like. And I feel I started my channel because I felt like the games that I play, I wanted to feel like I was playing with someone. Um, that's I when I discovered YouTube and I started like watching people playing Minecraft, and I kind of realized like, oh, watching these people play these games, I feel like I'm playing with them. And I kind of thought, if I do the same thing, maybe I'll feel like the people watching are playing with me. Like, maybe when I'm recording it, I'll feel like I'm playing with people, and that'll satisfy this like social aspect of gaming that I feel like I'm missing because I don't have friends that'll play with me. And that is true. That is what happened, and that's basically why I got into being a YouTuber and why I continue doing it. Um, but playing with a group of friends, playing games that I enjoy with a group of friends was always something that I had really wanted to do. Um, so this seemed like an opportunity. I had always kind of been like watching out for that opportunity, and this seemed like maybe this could be it. Maybe she'd be game. And she was. She messaged me back and she said, "Yeah, that sounds great. Let's set something up." I mean, I can't remember exactly what she said. It was something along those lines. Um, and we talked over Discord and planned something. And around the exact same time, she was she had also started doing a collaboration with Dave from Wee Hours. They were playing I can't remember the name of the game. It's like a tactical strategy board game type thing. I think it's well known. The name I've never played it, and the name is I'm blanking on the name. It's on their channel. It's on both of their channels. They're playing different teams against each other, and uh, anyway, they had started this like collaboration thing on their own, while Civilian and I also kind of independently started collaborating. And Civilian and I, the first game that we played together was Don't Starve Together, of which I was very inexperienced, and she was experienced, but she kind of led me along and tried to trick me a few times, and I thought it went very well. It was a really fun little series. It was a short-lived series because we died pretty fast, but it went well. It was a successful collaboration, and I can't remember. Maybe we recorded something else, just the two of us after that. And I thought I had the idea, still wanting to kind of not just play with one person, but maybe have a whole group. Like I've seen people play Minecraft together, like groups of friends, and that's what I was enjoying watching myself. I said, Civ, would it be cool, like, to get like a group of people, and we could all kind of play games all together. And she thought that was a good idea. So we brainstormed about that for a bit. I had an idea of how to go about looking for people. And my idea of looking for people for this group would be to look at YouTubers that had Dwarf Fortress content, because that's how I found Civ. We knew it was a common interest, and I felt like people that enjoy Dwarf Fortress and stream Dwarf Fortress or made Dwarf Fortress content would like the same kind of games and would be of the same kind of mindset that we were. But the caveat to that is, Civilian first suggested Dave. And Dave is not into Dwarf Fortress, really at all. He likes other games that are Dwarf Fortress-esque, but he's Dwarf Fortress is anathema to Dave. But Civillin's first suggestion was like, oh, let's bring Dave on. I'm collaborating with Dave. It's been going well. I didn't really know him at all. But I was like, sure, you're vouching for Dave. Let's bring Dave on. That's fine. Cool. Thumbs up. And then to find other folks, I just looked at YouTubers that would stream Dwarf Fortress, just with YouTube search functionality. I basically came up with a list of YouTubers, and I think I sorted them by followers, by subs, and I think I probably just scratched off anyone that had over a certain amount of subscribers, like anyone that had like 10,000 or more subscribers. Maybe it wasn't even, maybe it was more than that, maybe 50,000 or 100,000 or more. I was just like, no way. Really, I was looking for people that had, between 0 and, 5,000 subscribers ish. And the people that I reached out to a few people, and not, I've not just finding YouTubers that did this, but I came up with a list of YouTubers that streamed Dwarf Fortress that had the right number, like not too many subs, and then I watched them. I kind of surveyed them. I think Civ did too. After I came up with this list, we surveyed them. We looked at their content, and thought if we would enjoy playing with them or not. And I think the first person that I came across that I was like, I love this person's videos. They're great, and I really want to reach out to this person, was BirdieBot. I saw BirdieBot's videos. I thought her videos were amazing. Her Dwarf Fortress videos, and then I looked at her other content too. She just had an amazing voice. She was able to just her talking about things like not even gaming related while playing these games was really engaging, and it was just wonderful. So I showed her to Civ. Civ agreed. So I sent again. This was like a private YouTube message to BirdieBot, and she got back to me and she was like, "Yeah, that sounds great." She was really excited about that. And I think I only actually sent invitations out to 3 people. One of them was BirdieBot. Then I think I sent one out to Krugsmash. And Krugsmash did get back to me. We talked on Discord, I think, but he was not interested. He was doing his own thing. He continues to do his own thing very, very successfully. At the time, Krugsmash did not have nearly as many subs as he is now, but he still had a lot more than like any of the rest of us. He was just starting to like get really noticed, but he was still like working a job. He wasn't doing it full time yet, but he was very gracious. And I also, the last person I reached out to was Dwarf Comic. And I maybe even found both Krugsmash and Dwarf Comic from BirdieBot's videos, because she had done videos with them in the past. And I looked at Dwarf Comic stuff, Dwarf Comic collaborated with Krugsmash quite a few times. The two of them are still friends. And I really liked Dwarf Comic's videos, and I really loved Dwarf Comic's personality, and I thought he would add a lot to the group. So I invited him, but I did not get a response back from Dwarf Comic, not for a very long time. So Civillin, Dave, me, and BirdieBot started collabing for a while, and I think the first game that we all collabed on might have been Eco, although that seems wrong, but it might have been. Also, just so you know, I know this episode is going on to about 30 minutes now, and maybe I'll put in a cut soon, but I think this episode is going to last a little longer just because I want to do this. I think I might put in a cut. No, I was thinking maybe I'll put in a cut and see if maybe I'm doing this right, because honestly, if I spend 3 episodes just sitting here looking at this, and it's not what I'm supposed to be doing, that's a giant waste of time. Not just a giant waste of time, but a boring waste of time. So I'm not sure. What I could do is look. I mean, I can look up that comment again in real time. Well, let me just finish this story, even if this episode is going on a little long, and then we'll decide what to do. So, we were collabing, and then I'm pretty sure it was Eco because I don't think Dwarf Comic was in Eco at the very beginning. I think Dwarf Comic joined our Eco game a little later on. He did. He joined it later on. Um, so yeah, at some point, Dwarf Comic, I guess he didn't check his YouTube messages or didn't get it, but eventually he responded to me like months later. Months later. But he was interested. I thought he was just like not interested, whatever, just too cool for us. But then it turned out, yeah, he was like, yeah, that sounds really cool. He turned out to be really nice, and yeah, he joined on, and it's been great. So that's the Granted Accidents, and we, to be fair, we have not recorded a lot together in recently, which is kind of funny. You'd think with the pandemic and everything, we'd have a lot more time to record together, but just for various reasons, Dwarf Comic had another child, and that really threw a wrench in his schedule. It's always been difficult to schedule things with Civilin because she's in the UK, which is 5 hours ahead of 5 hours ahead of me, but 8 hours ahead of Birdie Bot, who's in Canada, closer to the west. So, and we're all in different places. The only people that share a time zone are me and Dave. So the scheduling can be difficult. And then Birdie Bot, she gets a little burned out with the recording sometimes. She gets back on YouTube kind of in spurts, which is totally fair, and we totally respect that. She needs to do what she needs to do. But it just means that sometimes Birdie Bot's on hiatus for recording, which is cool, but it just means unfortunately, we don't get to record with her when she's on hiatus. And so the only person, and then, Civilin's schedule also, Civilin has gone through some career changes since we started recording together. When we first started recording, Civilin was still in school. Now she's employed, but also it's, doing what she had, intended to do. And now with the pandemic, I don't know, her work schedule is always kind of crazy and not exactly regular. But even now with the pandemic, I feel like she still somehow doesn't have time. It's just really hard to schedule everything. The only people that seem to continually have time are me and Dave. And Dave and I always have fun when we record together. But for whatever reason, it's rare that Dave and I will record something that's just the two of us. I think there has been something. I'm pretty sure there's at least one series that Dave and I did just the two of us. Well, the last thing that we did was just the two of us was Chicken. Although that started with him, me, and Birdie Bot, but then Birdie Bot dropped out, and it was just me and Dave. So Dave and I think that might have been the most recent collab I did. So yeah, that was just Dave and me. Dave's schedule isn't exactly regular either, just because of Dave's employment situation. I think he also doesn't work a regular schedule, but Dave dedicates a lot of time to his channel, and he always seems to be up for recording together as long as we can schedule it correctly. So yeah, those are the Granted Accidents, and hopefully we'll be recording more together in the future. It's just, again, it's always hard to schedule as people get older, as our lives change. It's harder to schedule, but we're all still close. We all still, just the five of us. We have a Discord channel, and we talk, just the five of us. We're all friends, although only three. I've met one I've met BirdieBot in person, and BirdieBot and Civilian have met in person. But other than that, none of us have met in person. But we are, yeah. I mean, we're all friends, so we talk online all the time, and that's it. So watch our videos. Yeah. Okay. So with that, I am going to put a cut in here. Um, I think I'm going to start the next episode right back up. But at the beginning of the next episode, I'm going to open up a Chrome browser and look at that spoiler. Because since it's been spoiled and we're doing this, I don't want to waste time doing something boring. So I enjoyed playing with you today, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.